One of the biggest R&B tours of the decade is coming right here to Colorado, featuring Usher and Chris Brown. Denver marks the official opening night of the tour, bringing together generations of R&B fans celebrate the music, culture, and legacy of the genre.
You had to say, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up with that? All right,
Oh, yeah, you're right. I should have done that.
Here with us this morning is multi-Grammy award-winning producer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist Bobby Ross Avila. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
This is a big event tonight, one night only. You're kicking off the tour in Denver. What can people expect?
A great night of music.
Yeah?
Yes, it's going to be a fun night of music. I think it's going to be like a time capsule. You're going to be remembering a bunch of the records, and it's just going to be exciting. It's going to be a great show.
Now, I know you've worked with so many legends. I asked you this off of camera. You worked with, Janet Jackson, of course, Usher, Anthony Hamilton. I can go on and on. Anytime you hear one of their songs come on the radio, do you, think back when you were in the studio with them making that?
Yeah, all the time. I think the one thing for me, it's, when you're in it, you don't really realize the impact. And, when I hear the records, music is like a time capsule, right? So when I hear the records, I'm like, wow, I remember where I was at, what position I was in, what studio I was at. I think that's the power of music, man. It lives where it lives. And I'm thankful and blessed to just have the ability and the gift that God has given me to be able to do what I love to do.
Yeah, the power of music brings everyone together, takes you back in time. It can be so nostalgic for people, especially these two artists. So this is the first part of the tour. How do you come up with the concept for such a big show like this as it kicks off?
I wish I was that brilliant, but I'm not. I think, it's a collective effort, between myself, my brother, obviously Usher, and our team. We really just try to formulate, a storyline and create an experience that gives the music lover and the fan something that's very unique and something that's very special. And honestly, the music just takes us where it's supposed to take us at the end of the day, and that's the most important thing. We kind of focus on the music. I always say music is the superstar in all of it. Whoever says, I can't stand music, I hate music. They might not like this kind of food, but music is it's just that universal language that brings everybody together. So I think that's where the power lies.
Well, after helping people, make their own music, you finally stepped out and made your own music, becoming an artist yourself. Talk about that. Brag about yourself just a little bit.
I started off as an artist when I was 12 years old, and I went on this journey. Music, the business does X, Y, and Z, and it led me to work more behind the scenes. And me and my brother formulated our production team, which was called the Avila Brothers. And from that point on, we started working with artists like Yolanda Adams, Janet Jackson, and Gwen Stefani, and went on that journey. And now it's like, after producing for all these artists, I found myself just back in the position of being an artist again and working with Baby Bash and creating, Bash Town music and our record company together. I'm excited and passionate about it, and that's kind of really where my heart's at. And when this opportunity came, I was doing so much as an artist that, is this conflicting with what I'm doing? And it just worked out, So now I got a single called Lucky Fella that's out right now on all the platforms. So stream it, download it. It's very excited about it.
I listened to it this morning. It is
Thank you.
Fire.
It's like, it's dipping back in back in the bag of just, being romantic. The EP's called The Return of the Gentleman. So it's a hybrid of everything that I've done and who I've been influenced with, like Earth, Wind & Fire, Anthony Hamilton, the Shaka Khan, El DeBarge. It's accumulation of that and just, where music's at right now in R&B today. So
Very cool.
I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it.
Lucky Fella, that's what it's called.
Lucky fella, and I'm a lucky fella because now I got a meteorologist in my back pocket.
That's right.
Come on now.
And now I'll be able to predict the weather on the tour.
Listen,
so,
I can,
oh man,
if you want me
I'm
to,
in.
maybe just clear it up with Usher and Chris Brown, but you can put me on stage and I give everybody a weather report, and then I might even do like a little song. I sing a little bit too.
We're putting it out there.
I'm just putting it out there. That's it.
It was so nice to meet you. I know so many people are excited for the show tonight. The tour starts tonight, 7 p.m. at Empower Field at Mile High. I have a feeling you might see someone there tonight.
Oh my goodness.
He's very excited. Better get a nap in first, my friend.
I know, right?
All right. Well